I'm going to show you how to wrap your car in Christmas lights.
First and foremost, please make sure that your car is washed and dried. The tape will not stick very well or at all if it's not clean, so please make sure you pay attention to that. Okay, now to actually get the lights powered, I have a power inverter and I ran custom cables from the battery through the firewall to the back of the car. I will leave the link. I think they rebranded it, but it's fine. Then I used this indoor-outdoor extension cable. You can use a light-duty one, and I basically ran it from the inverter through the seat just to hide it to the trunk. It's just easier to wire the lights from back there, so that's how I've been doing it. Okay, so now I wired the lights out of the trunk and I'm putting tape on every other green strand. Please make sure that you guys use car vinyl wrap. I will put the link again for that as well. It is so much better for the car. I see people doing this and they're using duct tape and scotch. And not only is that not going to hold, especially if it rains, but it's going to damage your paint. The car vinyl wrap is so much safer. Forgot to add this in. I used a 300 count of mini LED lights. Make sure you use those because they only use 14 watts rather than 72. So it's better on the car. And make sure that you slack the lights when you're putting them on hoods and doors. Now this portion of the car was really special to me. My dad passed away November 21st of 2025, and we were supposed to do this together as I got in a car accident last year, and I only got to enjoy the lights for a few days. He promised he would help me with it this year. So in honor of him, I put his initials on my hood, so if I go anywhere, people can ask me about him and I can talk about him. My dad was the owner of his own business for 24 years. He would take stock parts for automatic transmissions and make them better for regular vehicles, but mainly race cars and performance vehicles. He knew every single answer to any question that I had all the time, and I really hope that he's looking down and he's really happy with how the car came out. Everything I learned about cars, I learned from my dad, which is why I'm able to do a lot of my maintenance and do everything that I do. But yeah, I really hope he enjoyed this portion of the vehicle because I know I did. I would also like to thank my friend Diego for helping me with the hood and the right side of the car. I did this alone last year, so I greatly appreciate that. So here's the completed hood. I love how the initials came out. I think it looks exactly the way that I pictured it. So now we are going to move on to the doors. Moving on to the right side of the car, make sure when you guys get up to the doors and you have the lights go down that you open them all the way up so then you can slack them properly. So if someone does open your doors all the way, the lights don't fall off. What I did is I would have the lights go up like straight and then zigzag them down and then slack them again right down to the side skirts, and then I'd have them go up the panel, which I'm about to explain in a second. What I wasn't showing in the time lapse, you'll probably see it in the time lapse, but what we're doing when we get to the doors is we're opening them all the way up, like the max that they could be opened, and then we're putting the tape. So then they're all doors are functional. Okay, so now that I had the lights slack at the back door, I have them going up the panel and I'm just going to zigzag them. Obviously, make sure you put the tape where it needs to be, and you're just gonna take up all of that panel space. Make sure you don't cover your lights. You don't want to get in any trouble. I mean, everything about this, I think, is illegal, but I passed like 4 cops the other night, and they all just kind of smiled and waved, so pretty sure you'll be fine. Just, don't be reckless about the whole thing, but make sure the things that need to be visible are visible. So we finished up the reel of lights that we had here, and I wound up having to run to the store and get 2 more because I didn't want to get one and then run out, and I also had to get a tarp because it was going to rain, and this actually prolonged me to finish the car Thanksgiving morning. Here I am, Thanksgiving morning. I wound up finishing the rest of the car pretty efficiently, actually. So I was just doing all the lights the same way that I normally would. Again, laying the foundation, and then I was going to go back and finalize all the tape. But I basically just, as you're seeing, I'm opening the door, putting the lights like a couple inches away, and then closing it to make sure that the tape doesn't break.
You're basically copying what you're doing on the right side. The only difference is now that I'm coming from the trunk to the hood, the way that the slacking is going to work at the doors, I had to like kind of cross them over each other. Again, I had a 2-door car last year, so this wasn't an issue. I only had to do it once, so it was a lot easier. And the door was a lot larger than these are. Luckily, my boyfriend came over and he helped me finish up the rest of the car. If you can get more people to help you, that would be great. It's definitely going to help get the time down, but just keep in mind that this is a very, very time-consuming project, and you are going to be doing this for a few hours. It took me about 5 to 7 hours this time. Last time it took me around 7 hours, so just make sure that you don't have anywhere to go because you are going to be doing this for a long time. Also, check your forecast and plan out the day to do this. I was planning this out for like a week, so definitely more, but just make sure that you don't start it in the rain because then the tape will not stay and it's just going to be really, really difficult and it will ruin the outcome of the car because once you mess it up, it's not going to be great as you keep going along. So try not to make those mistakes, but also take your time. Because this is such a long project and you're going to be driving, you don't want to cause any accidents and you don't want any of the lights to fly off. So make sure that you take your time and go through the car thoroughly and make sure that anything that looks like it has heavy slack is taped down properly. I've already taken the car on the highway and I definitely don't see the lights moving. So definitely take all that extra time you need to get the lights down. And just like that, the car is done. I hope you guys enjoyed this little experience. I'm going to make sure that I post a longer video on my YouTube channel. That's just going to take me a little bit more time. But if you guys have any questions about the process or any of the supplies that I used, please do not hesitate to ask. I'm literally making this video to help you guys because I had no resources when I wanted to do this last year. So again, just ask away. I really don't mind. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed.